What's going on, friends? Welcome back to the Gear Addict Gear channel. Today we're going to be going over the Dulo830 pedalboard amplifier from Kyro Audio. A little bit of that Dulo amp pedal. We're going to go over just kind of some of the features real quick, and then we'll dive into some tones. Nothing too complicated. It's a very nice single channel amplifier. They were going for simple, easy to use, plug and play solution. So enough of my blabbering on. Let's jump into the Dulo amp pedal. As you can see, it's a pretty simplistic layout. It's a single channel 30-watt amplifier in a pedal format with a couple of cool things on there. You've got your 3-band EQ that you can actually turn off or on using this little equalizer switch here. You've got your bright switch, so if you need a little extra punch in the high end. Your volume and presence knobs. Very, very sensitive, this volume knob. You got a mute switch. Pretty cool, off and on, just like most of these guys. Now here are your two outputs. You've got your 4 to 16 ohms for a cabinet, and then you've got your direct out XLR for what we're using today, which is the direct out. Now you can do ground lifting if you got a nasty hum you can take care of, as well as a cab sim switch. So a lot of people nowadays use different IRs or cab simulations in their DAW or whatever they're using. And being able to turn this off is actually a pretty handy feature if you've got some from, say, Joey Sturgis Tones, or even Get Good Drums has a pretty awesome modern cabinet pack. You can turn the cab sim off with that. Pretty cool. And like I said, the equalizer you can turn off, and so it's just your basic, what you're hearing coming out of the amp without any EQ. And you can turn it back on, because I love having it on and having the ability to low, mid, high frequencies. So that's pretty cool all in all, but it does come with this sweet Bulgarian swag here. You've got a nice pendant necklace and this really cool, I don't even know, it's like a crazy charm looking thing, but it comes in a keychain. You can have it. It's pretty sick. So all in all, that's what it is. Let's go ahead and hear what it sounds like. Here is the Dulo830 playing with my Jazzmaster here. Here's the clean tone. Everything's gonna be just so at noon with the EQ turned on. Here's with the EQ turned off. It's a pretty radical clean tone to start with, right out of the box, everything at noon. So that's one of the reasons I'm pretty stoked on this thing. So let's dig in a little deeper. So we're gonna turn the EQ back on. I'll go do some sweeps so you can hear what it sounds like. Now for the bass. We'll go for the presence knob. Bright switch turned off. So it adds quite a bit to the top register there, which is pretty cool. There's really a lot of tone shaping you can do with just the 3 EQ settings, as well as the bright switch. Not a bad way to start. It's a pretty good thing to do. So again, touch of volume goes a long way, right? Now it's different because we're going direct out this time around. You get your DI level in the back here, so the very top has the DI level. You can turn it down, you can turn it up. Just be aware of when it starts peaking, because that's not a good deal, and you gotta just play back and forth with it for a bit. Now, let's add some drive pedals. So, one of the things that they say is if you're not getting a bright enough tone out of this particular pedal, that they recommend putting a very low gain overdrive and kind of just driving the brightness or the top end of your signal to start and then layer from there. They say this is a very good pedal platform, and I'm definitely inclined to believe just based off what I've tried so far. So let's hear what it sounds like with my blues breaker, my morning blues from CK Audio Effects. That's what the gain turned down to about 3 o'clock. Or, sorry, not 3 o'clock. Gain turned down to about 2. Let's add the Lila drive, medium to low gain overdrive. It's a little noisy, but you get through it. Now, you notice it's a little loud, so we gotta actually turn down the DI level a bit. This thing rips. It really does, honestly. And for the price point, you're coming in at just shy of 270 bucks US, or a little bit more, 224 euros. And they come from Bulgaria, so that's a cool thing. But basically, it's really not bad. Now, there are some other options you might pursue, say, in the Strymon Iridium, the ACS1, some other kind of amp simulator pedals. They have a lot more features for the price point. That's just $100 or so more expensive. But if you're looking for something that you can't really mess up because it's very easy to mess with, it's a single channel, goes on your pedal board, call it a day, the Dulo is a pretty solid choice. So let's go ahead and hear kind of an ambient tone. That's awesome. Now, one thing I will say, there's a couple things, honestly. So, one of my gripes about this is that, as I mentioned before when we were going over the features, I would wish that one of these features would be able to actually add your own cab sims or load your own IRs. Now, I understand, yes, you can do that in your DAW by using an IR loader. However, some of the more prominent models of amp simulator pedals on the market that would be in competition with this guy have that feature where you can load multiple IRs, or for instance, just like the ACS1 or the Iridium, they have multiple IRs already in there. So that's kind of a difference that you'd get with those two other options versus this guy. Otherwise, not bad. The DI level and the gain structure using multiple drive pedals and everything, very sensitive. So I spent a lot of time fidgeting, trying to get the proper gain levels and then kind of rolling it. Then you realize you get into it, you start playing, you got to turn the levels down. So not that that's a good or bad thing, it just is. So that's one of the things I noticed when I was playing with it quite a bit. But otherwise, again guys, I mean there's not much else you can say about a single channel 30-watt pedal platform amplifier that's the size of a pedal. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing a little bit about the Dulo830. Definitely want to give the guys over at Kyro Audio a thanks for sending it over to me, checking out. I've been in contact with them since, say, September last year. And yeah, it's not a bad way to go in the terms of pedal amplifiers. So, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys again next time. Peace.